What? What? What is the size of Andrew's peepee?
Huge peepee. Huge.
What's up, YouTube? Remember the coffin of Annie and Ley-ley? No, me neither, because you voted to have it never come out. Remember that? Remember that? Yeah, the Steam vote where you guys were like, oh, should we just wait until an indefinite date or just like get some content now? And you guys voted no. No content, which means it'll be 2026 before I'm playing the route that we cared about. Yeah, I got it. I guess center my cheat. But guess what? Even though leyley stopped doing the regular updates, she still does something. So let me pull that up now because it's been a good 5 months since I thought about this game. And it turns out, she posted an update like 3 days ago, you know, and I haven't posted anything on this channel in a while. In fact, so long. You know, let's just not talk about it. Let's just dive in. Oh my god, it's a Q&A. It's not even a real update. Hold on, let me shrink. Mini mode. All right, let's read this. Oh, okay, wait. All is well. Still making content without issues. Episode 4 Decay, aka the route we don't care about, is coming along nicely. And remember, the first part of this is done. We could have been playing it. We could have been playing it now. Remember in Halloween 2023 when we played this game? Oh my god, guys. We could have been playing part 1, but you guys just had to vote. Anyway, last time, yeah, okay, cool. So we got some questions. This one actually, this is nice. How do we pronounce leyley? Leyley. I was right the entire time, guys. Do I feel vindicated? Absolutely, yes, I do. Merch when? Okay, what kind of degenerates would buy coffin of any leyley merch? Don't answer that. I know you would. Now, let's just pray it's a plush and not a figurine. I know you guys have a jar collection at home ready to go. You mentioned the possible re-release of your old Game Jam novels. Which ones? Not even God knows. Thank you for all the interest. Ha! I have those downloaded and you guys don't because I knew who leyley was before TCOAAL. And honestly, those could get someone in trouble. They're probably worse. What inspired the coffin of Annie and Ley-ley? How did you come up with the story? This is one of the most asked questions. Luckily, I've answered it in detail here. No, we don't care. Is it okay to refer to you by your old screen name? leyley was a company name. It was acquired and discontinued. It's like calling me Coca-Cola. I don't feel any way about it. That's weird. That was leyley's name, and she was publishing those other, shall we call them games? I don't know if I believe that. I feel like that could be copium. Okay, people have branded this as the incest game, despite it having a lot more to it. How does that feel? So true. It could have been the cannibal game just as easily. And believe me, my YouTube comments, I hope no one ever does an inventory because like 60% of my comments have the word incest in them, which is a suspiciously high amount. Their loss. I'm glad not everyone has a shallow one-note interpretation because this burning garbage heap is a symphony. True. There's so many degenerate things here. Why would we focus on just one? Do you think your audience is mostly male or female? This is a tough one because I think this is... Oh, okay, let's read the answer. The target demographic is women who enjoy true crime shows, gothic romance, and dark comedy. Yeah, so you can tell this is written by a woman. Even though I think it is like slightly targeted towards women, I would guess it mostly male audience. I have no idea who showed up, and it doesn't matter. Anyone is welcome to give me money. A true capitalist, something like that. Explicit sex hentai porn NSFW seen when? Never. All right, you heard it here, folks. Pack it up. Go home. Go home. I know what you were here for. It's over. What does Andrew study? Head entry. Oh, and here we get a little screenshot. At least we still get these. I thought you were supposed to be an English major. Isn't language supposed to be your 40? Why are they lying down on like a? All right, it's not. Forte, Ashley, 40 is a number. It's just a number, guys. What determines the color of someone's soul in the game? Great question. Find out in Decay. Okay, so we got some lore stuff actually. Is Andrew lying about his nightmares? No, but he does exaggerate the frequency of them. Classic. Did the lady in 302 actually try to shoot Andrew? Yes, she lunged for the nail gun but didn't make it in time. Whoa! That's a huge lore drop to just doing a little Q&A, not even in the game. This whole time, I assumed that a lot of people kind of just wrote Andrew off as a murderer. Wow, wait. I actually kind of thought that was a significant reveal of his character. You were supposed to put 2 and 2 together and be like, all right, well, he's sus. So that kind of reframes that entire interaction as somewhat self-defense. She lunged for the nail gun. Wow. Okay. Maybe Andrew is not as guilty as I have been assuming he was. Does Ashley or Andrew have cluster B type personality disorder? I think that's like the histrionic cluster, if I remember my psychology. Shoehorning the characters into real-life diagnosis would only serve to diminish the narrative and cause contradictions in the way. Wait, contradictions in the way their symptoms would or wouldn't manifest. Rather than seeing their behavior through the lens of this or that affliction, it's more fruitful to analyze the cause and effect of universe events. Okay, so she's basically saying, there's no reason to put these characters in a box. I'm just going to do whatever I want with them. Do you do anything with the batteries in episode 1? Okay, here we go, chat. Wait, I said chat like I'm streaming. By the way, I stream a lot on the other channel, the main channel, by the way. This is the Slop channel. I haven't posted here in forever if you're watching this. But that was one of the things added with an update to, I think it was like one of the first major updates for episode 1. It just added the sequence where you can get the batteries and you can keep them if you refuse to give them to Andrew, which is kind of interesting because they stick in your inventory and now we know they do something. Even though it doesn't necessarily make sense because they escape and they're in the outside world and could just buy batteries, but it's whatever. Is the coffin of Annie and Ley-ley related to any other games? Is there a shared universe your games take place in? No. Okay, that's pretty obvious if you play the other ones. What inspired the characters' names? A Google search for the most common names in the 90s. Question. Is Ashley disinterested in sex? Don't read this, guys. There's no answer that can satisfy you. But as a man of science, I have to press ahead. Rather than disinterested, she doesn't want to grow up. Sex doesn't accommodate her fantasy of Annie and Ley-ley, which is a dynamic where Andrew nurtures her unconditionally. The crux of their enmeshment is Ashley projecting all her unmet needs, platonic and sexual alike, onto Andrew, while expecting him to be a safe object never reciprocates or asks anything of her. The troubles ahead, shown by the trinket, were what they were for a reason. This is interesting. This is actually a lot of the psychology of the game sort of unwrapped for us right there. This explains Ashley's behavior a large amount. She's sort of stuck in childhood, or like childhood regression, I guess, because of all the, well, let's be real, all the traumatic things that happen, intentionally or unintentionally. Yeah, these are surprisingly deep insights into the characters to just be flippantly in a Q&A. Like this could be a video in itself discussing the psychology of the two, and she kind of just spells it out for you. So that's cool. Nice little reason to read these. Why are you making decay first? It sucks ass. Burying one's problems and pretending everything is hunky-dory doesn't solve anything. In fact, it often makes matters worse. Although unpleasant, true chaos and mayhem can only be achieved by unearthing the root of one's issues and addressing the underlying decay. That's cool. How tall are Andrew and Ashley? Ashley is small and tiny. Andrew is tall and whiny. That's, you know, this is written by a woman. Of course Andrew's tall. He couldn't not be tall. He had to be tall, dark, and handsome. The talking sprites are not representative of their heights, as their levels for readability. Oh, I always thought that was their canon heights. They're kind of just like sitting, you know, Andrew's up here, Ashley's right here. In the CGs, you can see Andrew towers over Ashley, despite him hunching down a lot of the time and her wearing heels. Wow. Okay, so canon heights, Ashley's 5'2", Andrew's 6'2". That's what I'm going to say. Oh yeah, look at this advantage right here, or this example. So he's a solid, that's a foot. Yeah, I think canon height, Ashley 5'2", Andrew 6'2". What? What is the size of Andrew's peepee? Is this 2020 era PewDiePie? Big peepee. Peepee big. All right, you guys are going to jail. You're going to jail. Yeah, that clinches it. He's tall, dark, handsome, and big peepee. Women these days. Am I right, fellas? What's the size of Ash? Okay, we threw this in for some compensation. What's the size of Ashley's awesome fat tits? Smaller than advertised. Which character do you hate the most? It's gotta be the mom, Renee. She made that video where it's just like, if you choose Renee, you're an idiot. If I'm not entertained at least by some aspect of character, I don't write them. Therefore, there isn't really one I'd scorn. Lie. She hates Renee. Who is your favorite character? The overall narrative is more fun than any singular character. Since the cast has been written to build upon one another, none of them would work in isolation. But is this the dad? He doesn't even get a Sprite. What did the mom want to talk to Andrew about? Oh, okay, this could be interesting. Big answer too. This is a mildly interesting plot beat that showcases their similarity. Both mom and Andrew, why didn't she name her? Spent the day assessing the situation. Both arrived at the same conclusion. Duo leaves quietly, everyone pretends they were never there. Their reasons were different due to knowing different things, but essentially they both wanted to avoid drawing attention. Mother wanted to convey this plan to Andrew, though it would have been wrapped up in a sob story about how hard she had it and lies about how she didn't know what went on in the apartment. Okay, so it's confirming that she did know. Look at all these interesting lore developments that we're getting from this little Q&A. So this confirms that Renee did know what was going on in the apartment. They talk more. I mean, I guess we knew, but this is like spelling it out. They talk more about how Andrew and Ashley should start their own lives already. The subtext being, get lost, stay lost. Yeah. Disappear, scumbag. Should Andrew pretend to buy all of it, he'd leave with Ashley the next morning and never contact the parents again. So there was sort of like a happier ending out there. As to why Ashley can't be present for the talk, she'd call bullshit, making the pretense of the conversation impossible. Both Mom and Andrew need to lie about what's happening to feel better about it. But as seen in the game, the situation escalates before anyone can get a word in. Because of this, Mom's plan changes to that scene in the olive branches gag. What little good will remain for her and her shitty kids has been irreversibly exhausted. Huh. Are the olive branches endings canon? Everything seen in the olive branches gag is canon except Andrew's behavior. Everyone else is in character and following the game's canon plot. Well, that's interesting too. Why did the Oregon trafficking ring allow the parents to leave? Their operation did not allow for force at that point in time being. Or at that point in time. Huh. I'm trying to think what that implies. I'm not sure. So this organ trafficking ring is becoming more powerful over time? Or just more aggressive? You've shown a lot of teasers that take place in flashbacks. Ain't that the truth? Teasers for a game that feels like it's never going to come out. Halloween of this year, maybe? Please? Will the majority of the next episode take place in the past? That's just me avoiding spoilers. Clever. Will these same flashback scenes be in Burial too? They aren't relevant in Burial. You can only see them in Decay. Ooh, that's kind of cool. That means we're going to be getting tons of new content. Each path is going to have its own flashbacks. Will there be a happy end? Why, yes, of course. The dynamic duo reduced to red paste. That's kind of funny. Any tips for aspiring game devs? I don't care about this. Okay, has your opinion on the re-release of the format changed these past few months? Should there be a reboot? Please. Please. Discussion thread. Revote. What are people saying? Release episode 3 early. Thank God. Please. Alright, well maybe we'll be able to vote again because I feel like the hype has kind of died down with this game. This game used to be huge. There used to be tons of discussion, and now no one talks about it because it's never going to come out. It's been years. It's actually been years. And ooh, there's another guy. Wonder what this is. So there have been like tiny little updates, nothing major. But yeah, it's just not enough content to keep going. I think we really should have been drip fed this stuff rather than waiting 2 years or whatever. I don't know, YouTube. I'm an impatient man. What can I say? I could be dead. You know, by the time this game comes out, by the time the route that people want to see me play, it could all be over. It could all be over. I'll be passed away. Whatever. And it was kind of a funny Q&A. We learned a lot of stuff. All right, YouTube, see you. Subscribe to the main channel. This one, whatever. Maybe I'll post more. Bye-bye.